Hello, Hero. I am Uncle Mike, and I am back out on the trail here in year 2, week 20. And all through this week, I want to show you and discuss with you my Grizzly Way to help me think less fat and therefore behave less fat. Stick around, I'll show you how. Before we start our week-long discussion on my Grizzly way of eating, first, full disclosure. Over these last 4 days since our 26th wedding anniversary on Thursday, all the way up to Sunday, Mother's Day, I have been eating not like the Grizzly way. I have been eating overeating, eating sweets and sugars and carbs, and literally just feeling so full that it hurt. And therefore the scale shows it. I went ahead for our week-long discussion here. I stepped on the scale, and I haven't stepped on the scale in quite some time, and it read 230 pounds. So clearly I have gained weight over these last, I'll just say, week, but it's really been like 4 days. So I'm probably literally full of shit. But need to start somewhere. So that is the full disclosure. I will be starting this week, and I will be showing you the end result at the end of a full 7 days. So on Sunday I will re-weigh myself after we talk, and I'm going to be showing you just about everything that I do. But let's get started talking about this Grizzly way of thinking less fat and therefore behaving less fat. And we're actually going to start with the last one, which is slay. And to me, what that means is slay the world. Get out there and explore more and move more. And it's actually, for me, it's actually the easiest one, right? It really has to do with hashtag move more, hashtag explore more, hashtag exercise, if you want to call it that. But it's getting out there, moving, and burning up those calories, just like a grizzly bear, right? This is not rocket science, even though I went to college for rocket science. This is not rocket science here, right? If you eat more, you got to expend more. You got to burn more. You got to slay more. And that's clearly what I have not been doing. So what am I starting Monday here of our week 20 of the Grizzly Way? I'm out here on the trail, and I'm gonna burn some calories. Also, before we get too far, I wonder if the sun's like right in your guys' eyes. But before we get too far into our conversation about the Grizzly Way, let me talk to you about 2 free phone apps that I'm going to use to track calories in and calories out. And the first one we'll talk about, because I'm out here walking and hiking, is AllTrails. AllTrails is a great free app. Yes, there is a pro version that has more functionality and features, but the basic free AllTrails app allows you to record your hikes, find hikes, and submit hikes. And if you put your weight in, then it gives you a basic calorie counter. So that's what I'm going to use this week for my calories burned. And then the other free app that I'm going to use is Lose It. And Lose It then is a calorie counter. I really like it. It's got a great search engine and a great library of foods. And it also has a QR reader so you can read the barcodes on foods. And these are just tools that we'll use because when it comes down to it, it's about our behavior. It's about going out and moving more, and it's all about shoveling that food in your mouth. So those are the two apps that I will use for calories in and calories out. Okay, so now it's Tuesday, so we've gone through a whole day, almost a whole 2 days. I'm going to give you a recap on Monday. So according to All Trails, I did 2 hikes. It was an out and back, but different routes. So it was almost about 7.5 miles total. And according to All Trails, I burned somewhere around about 1,950 or so calories. And then I tracked all of my food, and I tracked most of my food in Lose It by just putting it in the snack category, because I really don't kind of eat meals necessarily at scheduled times like breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I just put everything into snacks. It doesn't really matter in the app, so I just put it all in snacks. And according to that, right around 1,000 calories. So just from calories in and calories out, I was at like a deficit of like 950 calories. But you got to kind of remember that the human body needs calories just to survive. And roughly in a day, human body, a male, I guess I'd say, I'm just going to say, is about 2,000 calories of what's needed just to maintain all the systems. That's basically a body at rest. That's kind of cool to think about, because I can get into like Newton's first law stuff. Body at rest. I get sidetracked with a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but so if I was at a 950 calorie deficit just from exercise and food intake, which means I didn't even tap into the 2,000 calorie requirement for a day. So I should be pretty low. I would say that, like I said, I didn't even, since I exercised, I burnt off, almost 3,000 calories, 2,000 that I need just in a day to survive, and then the 950 deficit between my exercise and my food intake. And I know what some of you might be thinking. You might be thinking, oh my God, you don't eat enough, or that kind of thing. No, I eat plenty because I still got this. I still got the fat on me. So that's one thing I think is so funny is people are like, oh, you don't starve yourself and eat. I do eat, and I'm very cognizant of what my body is telling me these days. I've been doing this now for, 52 weeks, and this is week 20. So, I've been doing it for now 72 weeks of this stuff, and kind of learning and to be in contact and be in touch and be mindful of what my body's telling me. So yeah, this week I'm eating really low calories. I'm actually trying to do a net zero, meaning what I bring in, I want to expend in energy. So that's what I'm trying to do, and that's between All Trails and Lose It app, not the 2,000 calories that my body just needs. So I basically want to try to move as much and burn as many calories as I'm actually ingesting, that I'm eating. So that's the whole plan today. So here we are on Tuesday, and I'm back out for another walk, and the reason being is because I've eaten food today. I've been tracking it in Lose It, and so I want to get out here, and I'm doing a trail that I've done many times before, so I know it's going to be about 800 calories burned to do this walk. And I've eaten close to about 1,000 calories today. So I might extend the walk a little bit and get close to that 1,000 calories. But the whole goal for this week is to run the experiment of trying to have a net zero calorie, not carb, calorie between the All Trails and the Lose It app. So basically my calories and my calories in and my calories out, calories burned, would be then a net zero. I burn as much as I eat. So that's what we're trying to do. So I will see you on Wednesday. Good morning, hero. It is Wednesday morning, and I've got my coffee here, and I wanted to do a recap of Tuesday, and the main reason is because I just butchered the whole explanation on Monday. So let me just recap here again what I'm trying to do with this experiment this week, which is the whole net zero, meaning what I am eating I want to burn in exercise. That's why I'm calling it net zero. And I really messed up the math. You can see I tried to explain it there with some titles and overlay and text, but let me go over this for my Tuesday of what happened. So based on my exercise and based on my food intake, I ate 943 calories. And then according to All Trails, my hike that I did, I burnt 1,029 calories. I'm trying to do this from memory, so which meant that I had a net of negative 86 calories, meaning I burnt more calories than I ate. And then if you take into account the roughly 2,000 calories that my body needs a day, so I was 2,089 calories below what my body needed. And of course the whole idea here is weight loss and to see what happens. And from my own thinking and cravings and behavior, it hasn't really been that hard to do that. But that's how the math works out. Is again, I ate like 943 calories. I burnt 1,029 calories, meaning I was in a deficit of like 86 calories, which then meant I was way below budget. But again, the whole idea here is to burn fat, because I still got fat on my body. I can see it, I can feel it, I can jiggle it. So I wanted to kind of recap here on Wednesday morning what I was trying to explain yesterday. But yeah, so everything's going good, and we'll continue the experiment maybe later today on Wednesday, and maybe I'll have some more footage, or if not, I will talk to you on Thursday. Bye. Well, it's Thursday, and I want to give you an update here. Been following the experiment this week, which is burning all the calories that I have eaten or consumed, and so that's why I'm out here on the neighborhood trail for an evening walk here on Thursday. And I'm looking out here at the dam, and it looks like perhaps maybe out here is an osprey or something flying around. So that is pretty cool here. It's actually beautiful, flying right into the sun. But what I really want to talk to you about is more about my Grizzly Way, and really about the eat part and the pray part. Yeah, this is not a diet of just low calorie, and that's what I'm doing this week, but it's still about eating. And because the prey is in the title, most people think when I tell them that it's a hardcore, strict carnivore diet, and it's not that at all. If you've watched any of my past vlogs, you know that I've had some blood pressure issues, some cholesterol issues, and so I've been eating high omega-3 fatty acid foods, especially fish. One of my favorites is smoked herring or kippers, and of course then salmon, because I'm trying to naturally lower my cholesterol with omega-3 fatty acids. But like grizzly bears, I also eat a lot of vegetables, and some of my favorites is roasted Brussels sprouts, roasted head of cauliflower. That's actually what I had last night, just a whole head of cauliflower, roasted, split it in half, put a little olive oil on it and just roasted it, and then just ate it with like a steak. I really enjoy that. Roasted broccoli, mushrooms, basically really much all of the green vegetables. And of course I do eat meat, so you know, the beef, pork, chicken, all of that, but that's a little bit more perhaps in moderation. I really try to focus on the high omega-3 fatty acid fish. But then also, like the grizzly bear, I like sweets, and two of my favorite sweets is 100% cacao chocolate. Usually I get the Ghirardelli chocolate that's in the baking aisle that comes in a bar, and it's 100%, so it's really bitter for a lot of people, kind of like my soul. But the other thing that I really enjoy also is honey with the honeycomb in it. So that raw honey is just, so I still do sweets, I still do frozen custard and stuff, but it's just in moderation because I've been mindful, educated myself on actually what I am consuming. So that really encompasses all of the Grizzly Way of eat, pray, and slay. Get out there, eat your food. Yes, I do. This is not a vegan or vegetarian way. This is basically all the food out there, from meat to vegetables to sugars and sweets. It probably is low carb, but then it's also about getting out there, exploring more, moving more, and slaying the world. So I think this will probably be, I think I'll probably catch up with you now on Sunday at the end of the experiment, rather than just doing, because Friday and Saturday is going to be the same thing. I'm gonna eat food, and then I'm gonna go exercise, hike, walk, whatever I do, but then to go ahead and burn those calories that I have consumed. That's the experiment this week, and it's going really well. I'm not going crazy or anything. So it's going good. So I will catch up to you at the end on Sunday. Hello everybody. Well, it is Sunday, and so we are finishing up our week-long, or really 6 days since it's Sunday morning, our 6-day experiment of really the whole net zero calorie, meaning if I ate it, then I burned it in exercise, using the All Trails app and the Lose It app. And I am thrilled to say that I am back on track, down 200, or not down, that's not what I really wanted to say. I am down to 222 pounds, which is a loss of 8 pounds here over these last 6 days, which is amazing. But it's not amazing in that I gained those 8 pounds, and I fluctuate. Even though on my lowest at the end of year one I was at 219, I've been fluctuating from 217 up to 222, 223. It just depends on when I weigh myself and everything. So, but the experiment did seem to work out. But one of the things that has happened during this week experiment is that I have now learned about staying satiated, meaning staying full, and really focusing on the foods and the meals that keep me full, because I've really kind of been lower calorie snacking, so little tiny kind of meals or snacks throughout the day rather than big. So on Saturday, I really made myself a huge scrambled egg meal with egg whites and vegetables, and it was only like 400 and something calories. And then I also made myself this huge salad with chicken and veggies and spinach, and it was only like 600 and something calories. So I only had like 1,200 calories, but oh my God, I mean, these meals were ginormous. So I stayed full basically the whole day, and I was really concerned because I mean, these meals weighed pounds. I mean, these were big meals, but they were low in calories, and so my body, you know, through the night and just exercising and everything, just burnt it off, and the scale really showed that. Oh, Maggie's laying down right over here. There's Maggie laying down. So yeah, it was really a very interesting week to do that, and I'm really thrilled to what I learned. And I learned that, yeah, calorie deficit helps with weight loss. It can be, you know, fairly extreme like I did this week, but now I'm really looking at these big meals. And even this morning I just had a really, really big scrambled eggs, again with egg whites and veggies. Oh, poor big mom. It's okay, Maggie. Maggie's in congestive heart failure, so sometimes she has episodes, so poor thing. But going back to the whole experiment this week, yeah, I'm thrilled. So here I am at 49 years old, and I've really started to be mindful and educate myself on what my body likes, and I feel great. So I'm gonna continue to now work on this whole big meals, low calorie, bulky foods, high volume foods, low calorie foods. So I basically stay full, and so I don't want to eat. I gotta put my coffee down to be able to tell you guys this too. Remember, thumbs up because you are amazing. Subscribe and chime that bell to get notified. I am your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle. I'm Uncle Mike.
We are heroes tonight, yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky.